Hello, everyone. Good evening. Happy Thursday. Is it Thursday? Thought it was Thursday. Um, yeah, I made it. Sort of. Uh, I. All of this stuff hates me. That's what I've decided. Um, I like. I obviously I've done this before. I've run the PS2 games in the cabinet before and streamed them, and it worked fine. And I learned a lot of things, and it got better over time. So I was like, I should be able to at least get back to that point, right? No, not at all. Um, I actually had plenty of time to set up tonight. I probably had 3 hours. I spent at least an hour of that just getting the the capture thing to work. I don't know why. I don't know why it didn't work. It just didn't. It wouldn't show any video, and it hated me, and I hate it right back. I don't, but I it was super frustrating, and eventually. Through a series of rebooting it a billion times and unplugging it and plugging it back in a billion times, and then eventually it just started working. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it was being such a problem, but eventually, at least, it seems to be working. And hopefully, you can hear me okay. I was just right before I went live, I was just trying to work out the syncing between the different cameras and the capture, and also the audio levels, and everything seemed okay. The audio levels are the one thing that I didn't quite have enough time to really fine tune. It seemed decent, but if you find that once I get playing that the game is too loud or not loud enough, or that the mic is too loud or not loud enough, let me know. Speaking of the mic, so somebody in the last stream was like, the sound sounds off or the mic sounds off, and I didn't really know what that meant. I don't know if this is what you were talking about, but I went to play back the last stream after it was over, and it was like, oh, the reverb filter was on the whole time. So my voice was in reverb, which is, fine if you're singing something, but kind of shit if you're trying to just talk. So if that's what you were trying to tell me, yeah, you were right. But that should be off now. Everything should be working. I at least had a chance to test everything. The only thing that I'm a little bit, kind of annoyed with is I was not able to get the deinterlacing for the PS2 video set quite the way that I wanted. That was one of the things that, as the streams progressed, when I did this before, that I learned some things that made that better, because initially it was only running in 30 frames a second. The deinterlacing looked okay, it looked fine, but the frame rate wasn't as smooth as it could be. And then I figured out, oh, if I just do this thing, then everything looks smooth and really good. But it wasn't working for me this time, and I'm not sure why. When I tried it, it was backwards. The whole screen just kind of jittered in the capture window. I'm looking to see this window. It was just jittering really bad, and kind of like what happens if you've got if you're deinterlacing backward. But I did try and reverse it, and that didn't seem to help. So I am not exactly sure what is going on with that. But I basically ended up falling back to the old deinterlacing method that I was using, which I believe will make it seem slightly less smooth. Like I said, more like 30 frames a second instead of 60. But it should at least be stable. So there you go. Um, let's see. Yeah, are you enjoying the whooshing sound of the PS2? I am so surprised. I probably shouldn't even say this, right? But I'm so surprised. So my PS2, like, the battery still works and the disk drive still works, which is kind of crazy because so many of them are dead at this point. But at least it's still going for me now. You didn't notice the reverb? Oh boy. Well, yeah, I'm glad. That whole stream, I was looking back at it and I'm just like, man, that thing is just a wreck. I've actually like unlisted it for now because I don't know, disavow any knowledge of that stream. It never happened. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring it back at some point, but I just it was pretty garbage in basically every way possible. And yeah, well, hey, this is this is a TKO, a Jackbox shirt. So back when we well, actually, I guess this one is was made during the pandemic when we played online with some people, but yeah, we like having people over and playing some Jackbox and making dumb shirts, and this is one of them. But it says beef teeth, which didn't really mean anything. I think actually Belinda drew our virus pal here, and beef teeth was one of the dozen things that I typed in as a dumb saying, and I don't remember who put them together, but it kind of worked out because he does have like teeth. I don't know that they're beef teeth, but he definitely has prominent teeth. So it's kind of cute. Batteries in PS2s are wild. Yeah, I know how to replace them, but it's just I'm not looking forward to doing it. I mean, I've been in a PS2 before, and honestly, they're relatively easy to work on. Like, they open pretty easily, and they're pretty easy to get to everything. But the battery, for whatever reason, is a little bit buried, as I saw, and I don't know. It's a very invasive process for such a little thing, so I'm not looking forward to it whenever that eventually happens. But whatever. But maybe it's modded further than just the chip. Maybe they did you a favor and replaced the battery while they were in there. That would have been nice of them. I am just noticing. So, amusingly, right before I went on, I was like looking at something back here behind the machine, and I like moved too quickly, and I just bashed the side of my head into the into the back of the machine, and I didn't like it. It kind of hurts. But all right, well, I guess. How was I doing these before? I was, oh, that's right. I was always going through the, all of the, like, exclusive licenses. The songs that were unique or unique-ish to the game. Because otherwise, like, why would you play this? Why wouldn't you just play the arcade, Brian? I mean, you're right. I would just play the arcade, but there are a few things that never made it to the arcade, so here we are. But anyway, I looked it up actually right before. Actually, I was going to say right before the stream, but that's not true. Right before I came down to try and set things up, so that was like 3 hours ago. On the last stream, I was complaining that I hadn't played DDR in a long time. Well, it's really true. So the last of these DDR streams that I did was like at the end of September, and played Extreme 2. The last time I played DDR at all would have been like the Freaky Friday stream, which was near the end of October. And then I played a little bit of Dance Maniacs after that. But yeah, so it's been 3 or 4 months, really, since I've played DDR. And yeah, I can feel it. Playing in that last stream, it was hard. It felt bad. And this one's probably going to be similar. But, you know, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'll just fall down. Anyway, let's get this thing started. I do have the iToy here set up and like plugged in. I don't know that it's not like positioned in a good way though. I know from past experience that if I'm going to do like the hands and feet mode with it, that I actually want the camera to be more like here, which means like getting, you know, a piece of wood or something like that to put it on. And I haven't done that yet. So if we decide to play with that mode, I may have to go run and grab a little piece of wood to extend the camera out. The reason being, it works best if it's like dead on. And of course, since my player 1 stage is, you know, offset from the middle of the cabinet by quite a bit, it helps to get the camera moved, you know, off to be directly in front of me. Now, if we just want to mess around with it, you know, to have it, having it be in the middle here is probably just fine. But, anyway. Try to play once or twice. Okay. I should. Okay. The big problem is, right after I did DDR last, I moved to TDX, which is right next door. No! And then to Technica and Groove Coaster, which is next door the other way. And basically, this became kind of like the center ground, where I just like threw stuff. And so the game was basically just unplayable because I just piled up a bunch of crap on top of the stage. So I need to not do that again, so that even if I'm not streaming DDR, I can switch ways.
No one should ever feel like I'm 2 quarters and a heart down, and I don't want to forget how your voice sounds. These words are all I have, so write them. So you need them just to get by.
And I'm very prepared for some copyright claims on this one, right? Hopefully I don't get a block, but we'll see what happens. All right. And I gotta remember that everything's controlled with the stage arrows and not these buttons, because this is X and O. Use iToy. Nah, I'm not ready.
Select a style.
You want me to play Zephyr first? Alright. That's not exactly what I'm here to do, but since you asked, I will do that for you.
Select music.
Actually, do I want to do that? Do I want to make that my first song and just die? Are you trying to kill me? Didn't I just get done saying that I'm out of practice and out of shape and tired and, well, what the hell?
First stage. Are you ready?
Yikes. Yeah, that's a lot harder than it should be. For me, just because my body's not ready for that. Wow, alright. I would say probably about a quarter of the way from the end there, I was just like out of breath, and my legs were just like, nah. Like my brain is like, do this move. You know how to do this move. And my legs are like, but why? Why would we do that? So, yikos. Alright, give me a second to just like recover myself for a second. How's the sound? Is it loud enough? I actually could use a little bit more volume in the room, so I'm gonna turn up the cabinet a little bit. If that throws the mix off, let me know, please. Ugh. Okay, so at least for right now, I'm probably just gonna, what do you call? I'm probably just gonna go straight down the list, because they usually kind of, what do you call? Just group all of the exclusive-ish songs together. Maybe just a little bit too much. that does mean that the song that got requested
Second stage.
is going to get played anyway.
Are you ready?
And I'm 99% sure this gets flagged for copyright. Wow, that's really testing my slow read. Forgot to set a speed mod. Excellent. Sound is fine. Okay, good. One way to wake up my feet. Man, I just need to wake up my whole body. My lungs and my heart. The only thing that's kind of working is my brain. I can read it, I see it. It's I know what to do. It's just a matter of, can I make any of my body do that right now? And the answer is yes, barely. Is the hold arrow detection wonky? My stage is just not. I probably need to do a little maintenance. There's nothing wrong electronically. It's just I need to adjust the sensor position a little bit. You can put a little bit of extra tape to kind of give it a little bit of a little bit less travel, a little bit more pressure, I guess is what I'm trying to say, on the sensor. And yeah, just my machine from being so old, all of that padding has just kind of gotten worn out over the years. And so the when you step on a panel, it doesn't depress it takes more direct pressure to hold that sensor on than it used to. And so if I'm not, directly over a sensor, or I maybe shift my weight a little bit, it'll drop. So there's some maintenance stuff that I could do to kind of, even that out a little bit. I've just not done it. So all right. Do I always play on 1X? I used to. I don't anymore. I play almost everything on 1.5 nowadays. But I've been... I walked over there to get... There's a drink can over there, but it's empty. My actual drink is right here. I'm dumb. But I've been playing DDR since before there were speed mods, so I just kind of used to it. But for whatever reason, at some point I did adopt 1.5, and basically, normally I just play everything on 1.5. The only exceptions are things that are just crazy fast. So max 300 or faster. Maybe but even max 300, I probably would still just do on 1.5 or crazy slow. So like Bag. I would say Santa Millette, but I think Santa Millette's about the same speed as this. So like it really has to be like a gimmicky chart like Bag, where it's like we made this super slow to just cram everything together so you just can't really read it. Those are the only times that I ever end up bumping the speed up a little bit more. Which is weird because like in Pump It Up, I do use speed mods pretty much on everything, and varying speeds depending on what the tempo of the song is, just like I was doing with 2DX and Poppin'. So I don't know. I guess for me it's just one of those things where I learned it this way, and so for the most part I just kept doing it that way. It's not that I don't like see the value in it, I just never really bothered, I guess. You play at 600 BPM. I never even know, like, I mean, I guess I should know this, but I don't. Is it, well, yeah, I guess. I know there's, like, the C mods. I guess is that an ITG thing? Or like a Stepmania thing? Where it's just, like, constant speed. So basically, no matter what the tempo of the song is, it scrolls the arrows at that speed that you want, no matter what. Guitar Freak Strumania is that way. So, and interestingly, on that Guitar Freak Strumania, I play everything at 3.5. It doesn't matter what song it is. That just seems to be like my comfortable speed. 4 is a little bit too much. 3 is too slow. 3.5 feels just right. So, anyway. All right. Well, let's moving on.
Select music.
So, I know this is in, what do you call it? I know this is in arcade SuperNOVA. I'll go ahead and play it though. Just,
Are you ready?
it's in the sequence. We'll do it. Somebody earlier asked, is everything unlocked? Oh, I guess I got an extra stage. Woo! Is it just gonna sit there and do? God, it's like the popping alarm. Wow, that's awful. I don't think the arcade does that, does it?
Select music.
I mean, certainly it would stop at the end of the timer, but of course there's no timers here. but I thought it only played a little bit and then stopped. And, oh, okay. It's not forcing me to do it. I mean, I'll do it. I will fail basically immediately because A, I'm not this good, never have been, and B, I am absolute shit reading reverse anyway, so,
Extra stage!
I tell you, it's all about what you get used to.
Let's step.
Because, like, obviously I read other games
Are you ready?
scrolling down. DDR, I cannot do it. Cool. Anyway, the question I was trying to answer is everything unlocked? Almost assuredly not. I noticed there are a few. So I had a save on this from 2006 or 7, whenever, but there wasn't much on it. There's a few scores, so I played it a little. But like I was talking about in previous streams, it's like, since I had an arcade machine and I had the arcade mixes, there wasn't really a lot of motivation for me to play the home games. So it's only the really early home games that I played before I had the machine. But, I got the machine in 2003, so there wasn't a lot of time for that. And, yeah. So it's only been, in recent times, like now, where it was like, hey, maybe I should play through some of the old CS mixes and see what's in them that isn't in the arcade. And that's why we're here. So, anyway. It loops that on all the CS games. Yeah, I didn't think it, but I don't think it does that in the arcade, right? It stops. Even if even if you were in event mode and the timers were off, it would only sound the alarm a few times, right? And then done, right? I'm pretty sure. I can't remember ever just hearing it go on like that. Yeah. All right. Well, so that was that. I think I'm gonna switch over to doubles for the next set because I might as well.
Select music.
Oh, you're a jerk. I guess there's no, I guess it just starts a new game for you because why wouldn't it?
Select the style.
By the way, select I have mapped to the test button. That's why I opened the door there. Because apparently select is what backs you out. Alright, doubles time. Wrong button. Dear Brian, learn things. Hey, that menu is less slow than it is in the arcade.
Select
That's
music.
nice. Alright.
First stage. Are you ready? You're doing pretty good.
Okay, I can. Let me get through these. I don't think there's a ton. 15 or something like that. Maybe 20, so it shouldn't take me that long. And then, yeah, I'll open up to requests. And the stellar joint mode. Yeah, that's like the unlock system or whatever. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it. I don't see myself like playing all the way through it or anything, but yeah, I'd like to see it because I don't even know if I tried it at the time. So okay, moving on.
Select music.
I guess I still have to speed my head on. Oh well.
Are you ready? You're doing pretty good with words, but I mean worse. But started out a joke of a romantic stuck to my tongue. Way down with words too over dramatic. Tonight it's a can't get much worse. Worse, no one should ever feel like I'm 2 quarters and a hot down. And I don't wanna forget how your voice sounds. These words are all I have to write them. So you need them just to get by. What party? What party? Dance, dance, we're falling apart to have time. Dance, dance, 100 lives. You want to lead. Dance, this is the way they love. Dance, this is the way they love. Dance, this is the way they love. If they knew how misery made. You're not an ordinary fella. You move smoothly. Dance, 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 dance. Good. Keep on.
I like that it just cut the announcer off.
Excellent.
Yeah, keep on. Nope. Shut up. Song's over. Whew. Whew. It's making me feel old, guys.
Select music. Oh, well, do ya wanna? Oh, well, do ya wanna? Final stage.
The music's making me feel old. The fact that I'm
Ready? Oh, when I woke up tonight, I said
feel like I'm gonna die from playing.
make somebody love me. I'm gonna make somebody love me. And now I know that it's you. You're lucky, you're so lucky. Perfect.
these have been pretty good charts so far. I'm pleased. Alright, since I'm at the end of a set, I am going to take a real quick break. I am stupidly, so I normally have a Fitbit clipped onto my pocket here, and I'm noticing that it's not there, which means I must have like dropped it somewhere. So I'm gonna go look for it real quick, because hey, if I'm playing DDR, I ought to count these steps, right? Because if you don't count them, they didn't happen. So I'll be right back, just a second. Alright, I'm back. Wasn't gone too long, right? I found it. It's blue, blue, blue. So I'll just clip you on right there. Hydrate. You wish Friday Night Funkin' made people discover rhythm games? You know, it probably has. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. Because I definitely, like, played DDR first. And then someone was like, hey, you know, they have a bunch of other games that are like this. And I was like, really? Let's see them. And then, you know, I played Beatmania and Poppin' Music and Guitar Freaks and Drum Mania and Paradise. And I was like, yeah, these are great. So... Anyway, you're talking about Friday Night Funkin'. So, yeah, from my experience on the night that I tried it on stream, it definitely. I mean, I think part of it was my computer being unhappy, but it definitely seemed a little rough. But I mean, hey, you know, it was it was like made as part of a contest or an event or something like that. I was reading a little bit about it, so it sounds like it got like thrown together real fast. So like, given that, you know, it works, it's decent. And I know they've been refining it ever since, but, like, how old is, Friday Night Funkin' at this point? Which actually reminds me, because, so it's gotta be, obviously you're talking about, you know, like, what's trending. I feel like it must be trending because I know when I did the Friday Night Funkin' stream, it was my first time having, you know, more than 20 concurrent viewers. So, and obviously it was a lot of you all that are here every time anyway, but there were a bunch of people that I'd never seen before, so I have to assume that they were, you know, tuning in because it was Friday Night Funkin'. So, apparently it's popular. Like, how old is it? Is it relatively new, or is it like Among Us, where it was like a sleeper? It came out like 2 years ago and like nobody cared, and then all of a sudden it was just like, Among Us. So, anyway, all right. Let's keep moving on, I guess.
Select music.
Now I know this is, not only is this in SuperNOVA, this is in Extreme. So, however, I'm going to play it only because my recollection is that the doubles chart of this is wildly different from the singles.
Are you ready?
What am I gonna do if I can't get through counting all these freckles in my life? It's just a waste of my time, and there's no finishing line. How am I gonna do if I cannot get you to listen to the dreams we could fulfill? Can't get them out of my bed. I want to knock them
You're doing pretty good.
Okay, so that part was similar
100 combos.
with the gallons. So weird. Okay, it's not wildly different, but it is definitely different. I don't remember there being any like gallop sections in the singles chart. It's all pretty much just like eighth note streams, dot 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 dot, which is fun. But yeah, that was all right. Whew. Let's see. Ugh. Yeah. Regarding Friday Night Funkin' and the input, like I had a little bit of trouble with it, but I can't say for sure whether that was me or the game, because it was probably the computer that I was playing it on, also running the stream, and then, you know, kind of mapping it into the, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Why? That should not have worn me out as much as it did. Okay, but mapping it into the arcade stage, because after the stream, I went back and played some of the levels that I was absolutely botching on stream with just a keyboard, but on my laptop, played just fine, like no problem. So I don't know, like obviously there's a lot of variables between me playing on my laptop with a keyboard and me playing on another PC that's also running a stream, that's also trying to map all the keys to, you know, an arcade stage. You know, where did things go wrong? I have no idea. I would have to like do some better troubleshooting to try and figure that out. But as those of you that tuned in are well aware, I gave myself like an hour or maybe an hour and a half to set that up, and I didn't even make it then, right? Because the first whatever half an hour of the stream was me like rebooting things and trying to figure out why it didn't work at all. And yeah, so it's hard for me to say what specific thing or things caused it to get mad. Now, one could say, I mean, I guess you could blame the game for not being very tolerant of things, but I don't know. It's a lot. There's a lot going on there, so I wouldn't be fast to pass judgment on it. And I know they're still working on it, so. All right, let's see. Yeah, some game jam. That's what I thought. You believe it played? It appeared in October. Okay, so it is pretty new. That explains why. That seems to explain the little pop in viewers that I had for that night. Although, like, my viewership seems to be going up gradually anyway. YouTube's telling me there's 19 of you on right now, so thank you. And I mean, that's better than usual, so I'm extremely grateful and pleased to have you all aboard. And I think just by virtue of doing this more often, right, I'm just going to kind of naturally accumulate some more viewers. And also on that same track, I'm almost to 450 subscribers now, which is pretty cool. Considering I was celebrating being over 400, it feels like, what, 2 or 3 weeks ago? Not long ago. So, like, that seems to be gaining speed as well as I go. So, hopefully if I can just, keep doing this and stop having technical issues. Although some of the technical issues are kind of funny. And sometimes it seems like you all like to see the technical issues, considering how many times people ask me to make pop and sound the alarm. So, who knows? All right. Bye to recently got into DDR playing Stepmania a lot, watching DDR YouTube content. Your streams have been coming up in my recommended now. Just wanted to say you're enjoying it. Oh, well, thank you. And I'm glad that YouTube is bothering to promote me. I have noticed that, when I first started this last year and I would look at the YouTube analytics, it was always traffic sources, link, because early on I was posting on my Facebook and other Facebook groups and different whatever groups and forums and whatnots, just kind of saying, hey, I'm doing a thing, if you want to come watch, and a few people did. But of course that's all just that's all direct linking, and so all of my traffic was coming from that. And as time has gone on, it's moved on to subscriber notifications. Sweet, I'm glad some of you are subscribed. That's cool. And then recommended videos or the end card of other videos and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, that's neat. Especially when I'm going through and it tells me what video recommended me. So it's a lot of it, of course, is one DDR video will recommend me, it's here's another DDR video. You want to watch this? Yeah, sure. But then sometimes it's some random video and I'm like, how the hell did that get, where in the algorithm did you decide that, this car review is a good, it would be good to recommend a DDR video from this car review or something like that. You know, I'm making that up, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I know I've definitely like gone through the list sometimes, and I'm like just scratching my head. I'm like, okay, I don't see it. I guess someone clicked it though, so whatever. But yeah. Oh, irritating maze. I want so the irritating maze videos that I have online are from when I very first got the cabinet, and I'm trying to remember. I think I cleaned it a little bit before I shot that video, but just a little. Like it was mostly it came off the truck. I unwrapped it, plugged it in, and we played it. But it was a mess. That whole cabinet was just trashed. Like clearly a whole Coke had been dumped on the control deck. So like the trackball was all like gummy and disgusting, and all the wood underneath was all like bubbled up and sticky and just it was awful. And then there were a bunch of like electronic parts that were messed up, which were causing like the lights to not work. There's actually like an air cannon in there, like an air compressor that blows air on you when you make a mistake, which is very irritating and also like kind of startling even when you're expecting it. Like the first time I played that game after not having played it for a while, the first time that thing hits me, even though I know it's there, it always like, ugh. But ever since that time, like I've gone through and fixed everything. So like everything works on that machine 100% now. The only thing that's like vaguely wrong with it is one of the lenses on one of the lights is cracked. So there's a piece of plastic missing. So you can see like the white light coming through from where there should be like a yellow lens. There's not a ton I can do about that, but other than that, like all the lights work, the air works, the strobes work, the flashing marquee works, the buttons all work, the trackball works, everything works. Like I would love to go back and do another video of that just to get, another one out there where the machine, looks as good as it possibly can. Because again, like a lot of the videos that I've been doing, and I keep saying on stream, is like part of my motivation for doing this is just to get some video out there, get some documentation of some of these rare things that you just can't really find any other way. Mostly because they're old and, not everybody had a cell phone with a, awesome video camera in it, in their pocket at all times 20 years ago. So yeah, games like Irritating Maze, there's not a ton of video out there of them. And most of the video that is out there is just the gameplay screen, not, the whole cabinet where you can actually see all the lights working and everything doing its thing. So that is on my list. I know it's not a music game. Some of you maybe don't care, but I definitely want to play that one on stream again. On stream and like on video, so that there's some more up there besides those really old ones. Anyway, so you joined when I was playing Dance Maniacs. Cool. And a lot of it was, yeah, I remember that tweet. I've had a Twitter account for a long time. I almost never use it. I think it was actually Kenan. I don't know if he's on tonight, but he actually sent me a link to the fact that somebody had tweeted a video with me in it, and so that video. That's really the only reason I even saw it. But I figured, like, okay, well, I'm there, so if you think that's funny, here is me actually doing that. But all right, Ristar, you gotta go. Okay, have a good night. You're getting recommended a video about bug snacks in the recommendations for this stream. I never heard of that either. Who knows? Like I said, some of them make perfect sense. I like totally get it. And then others I'm just like, I don't even know. It's like, would you like a random video? Sure. I saw the request for flowers. I'm gonna hold that for a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna go through all of these first, and then we'll get on to requests toward the end. So bear with me while we anger all the
Second
copyright
stage.
guys. How many copyright guys are there on YouTube? I don't know, but we're gonna make all of them mad.
Okay. Perfect. You're not an ordinary fella. Grab my heart. Get 100 combos.
I think that's the same mixtape here at Beatmania US, isn't it?
Good job.
Yeah, go back to Beatmania. Yep, I was right. Guess they still have the license. You know, I wonder though. It depends on how they licensed it, because I would think that normally they would have licensed it for like per game. So just because they licensed a song wouldn't necessarily mean that they could just use it in any game that they happen to be making at the time. But maybe they did license it that way. Or it could also be that, you know, when they contacted the licensor, they were just like, you know, hey, we want to do 3 games. And they're like, it'll be this much. And they're like, cool. So, who knows?
Select music.
I imagine that's probably a relatively cheap license too. I know that song's on like tons of like compilation albums and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, some Cyndi Lauper.
Final stage. Are you ready?
The video.
Absolutely wonderful.
do know how to do crossovers. I know I spent the last 2 streams doing them badly,
Your steps are amazing.
but I do know how. Stop! Just stop. Stupid.
Select music.
I am not even gonna try. I'll just watch that. I'll watch it on the stream video. Over here in the stream
Let's step.
view.
Step.
Not even
Are
looking
you
at the
ready?
stream.
I'll be waiting for you to try again.
All right.
Oh, you couldn't make it.
You thought the song said fucking time? Wow. In the realm of in the realm of misheard lyrics, that's a solid one right there. I love it. It's the exact same cut. So in that case, I totally believe that's something that Konami would do. It's like if they had somebody, you know, cut the sound down to whatever length, you know, would they just take that file and drag it over to DDR? Absolutely. Why do it again? I wouldn't. Toxic in 2DX Red as well. Same cut with... Oh, different charts? Oh, did they use different charts? It's cool. You always hated the lazy DDR mid-song fade out. Yeah, all the licenses are the worst for that, where they just don't even bother to, like, edit the song. They just kind of just stop it. It's like, you got one verse, you got one chorus, we're done. Fade out. Goodbye. Sometimes they do them well, but oftentimes, lazy. Lazy!
Select music.
Baby, do you know what that's worth? Oh, heaven is a place on earth.
Alright.
First stage.
And here's one of those great, like, what do you call sounding like licenses. Covers.
Doing pretty good. Okay. You move smoothly. You're doing pretty good. Perfect.
Some of the DDR covers are indistinguishable from the original. Some of them are fine. Some of them suck. That one was somewhere in the middle. It was, well, I guess it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was there. all the cut versions of crossovers from different Bionic games where they had songs longer than DDR. Yeah, that makes sense. Where they just like stopped it. They cut it for 2DX, but then just cut it for DDR, or stopped it for DDR basically. Dance Mania cuts were great. Yeah. Well, the thing about Dance Mania too is all of those came from like like Dance Mania is a compilation in itself. So I mean I guess it doesn't really necessarily help. But I mean it doesn't necessarily help Konami, but you know, I guess what I'm getting at is those songs have been cut before, so there are ways to do it and not suck. But yeah, they definitely the Dance Mania edits are generally very good. They get the highlights of the song, and they have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and they're, you know, a minute and a half. So.
Wind me up, put me down, stop me up, and watch me go. Second stage.
This is in arcade too, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is.
Wind me up, put me down, stop me up, and watch me go. I'll be running circles around you sooner than you know. Okay. A little love center and I'm out of tune. Just kicking this can along the avenue. But alright. 'Cause it's easy once you know how it's done. You're not an ordinary fella. Now it's already begun. You feel it running through your bones. You jerk it out. You move smoothly.
Whoops.
'Cause it's easy once you know how it's done. You can't stop now, it's already begun. You feel it running through 100 combos. And you jerk it out. Good, good. Keep on going. And you jerk it out. Your steps are amazing.
Amazing. Have I heard of Step Maniacs? I have heard of Step Maniacs. I have played Step Maniacs. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, I guess. I like it more than In the Groove, and I make that comparison only because it's like same guys, right? But yeah, it's a nice setup. Like, game works well, looks great, seems pretty durable. I've only played it a couple of times, so I don't have a lot of opinions on it. I still prefer like the personality, the character of DDR or Pump. I think Step Maniacs has a nicer, more polished look than In the Groove. But I still, you know, like just kind of the whole package, the announcer and you know, just kind of the graphical style and all of that stuff that comes with with DDR and with Pump It Up. So Step Maniacs, it's not like, it's fine. If I see it, I will play it. I'm not likely to buy one. On number one, if I was going to spend that much money, I would probably spend it on another game something else. And number two, obviously it's as big as like a DDR machine. I mean, narrower, but still just as wide. So I don't have a whole lot of space left. In fact, almost none. So I would have to get rid of something, and I don't know that it's there. I don't know that I have anything that I want. I don't know of anything that I have that I want less than Step Maniacs. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to like shit on Step Maniacs saying that I don't want it. It's just that like I would have to pick something to get rid of, and I don't know that there's something that I would pick where it's like, no, I would rather have Step Maniacs than you. So there you go. Or the ones that, or if there is one, it wouldn't be big enough. I would end up having to, get rid of two things. But whatever. I don't know. That was probably more than you cared about. But yes, Step Maniacs, I have heard of it. And it's fine. It's nice. The stage is pretty cool. Like all of the lights, like all the panels being able to do lights. It's kind of like Dance Rush in that it can actually like make patterns because it's got all the LEDs under it. It's not just a on-off light. It's an actual like you can do things with it. That's neat. I dig it. And yeah, I am aware that they have some of the Dance Maniacs licenses, so that's cool. All right. Moving on.
Select music.
I don't know that I even know this song.
Final stage. Are you ready?
Yeah, I don't know that song. But yeah, that's cool. I dig it.
Select music.
Some David Bowie. All right.
First stage. Are you ready? Excellent.
know this is an arcade too.
Second stage. Are you
They're
ready?
tripping me up on how they got these sorted in this one. I mean, I guess it is a license, so it makes sense.
You're not an ordinary fan. Good, good. Keep on going. You're doing pretty good. 100 combos.
I'm real tired. You wonder if DDR SuperNOVA made some news, Ziggy fans. Hey, let me ask you this. So I know I've mentioned this on stream in the past. I don't remember specifically what in relation to, or like specifically what I was referencing at the time. But there's a whole bunch of movies that are, you know, widely considered classics that I've just never seen. And one of those movies is Labyrinth. Never seen it. I should. I know. I'll be interested to see what you all say, because I know a lot of you are, like, you know, half my age or less. So a lot younger. So maybe it's not quite the cultural institution that I think it is. But I know, like, people my age, when I tell them that I've never seen it, they're like, like it's unfathomable that I would have not seen that movie. And I'm not avoiding it. I would like to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, apparently. Somehow I missed it when it was new, and then just haven't made it there, I guess. Yeah. This seems like a lot more licenses than I remember in some of the other CS mixes that I was playing on stream before. And they seem like they might be bigger licenses too. But maybe I'm just not remembering, 4 months ago. That is very possible. I don't necessarily remember 4 hours ago.
Select music.
All right.
Final stage.
Some Crystal Method.
Are you
I
ready?
can get down with this. Well, this is a video too.
Absolutely wonderful. Okay.
think you've heard of Labyrinth but never seen it. Okay, well, I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. I guess it just, it makes me feel like, okay, it is an old movie, and while it is wildly popular, apparently, that doesn't mean that it's so wildly popular that, like, everybody has seen it, even, you know, now 30 or 40 years after the fact. So, oh well, that's cool. And hey, Dad, how you doing? And it looks like a 2DX background. Yeah, except that it's full screen. All right. Moving on. We're getting close to the end phase, aren't we? You know, one thing that I noticed earlier, the difficulty selection is just one tap. Up or down to change. Unlike the arcade where you have to double tap. Unless it's not like that in SuperNOVA. Maybe I should just shut up. Shut up, Brian. You haven't played SuperNOVA that much. That's true.
First stage. Are you ready?
Music make no sound. Where is sweetness found when love is gone? Sun don't come around. Don't make a sound.
Good, good. Keep on going.
Won't feel shivers up and down my spine.
You're doing pretty good.
None on my mind.
Oops.
Perfect.
How did it end?
100 combos. You're not an ordinary fella. You move smoothly. Good, good. Keep on going.
This way.
Man, I screwed up a bunch of the rhythms in that for some reason.
Fantastic.
I think in an effort to keep my body going, my brain is starting to go now too. Fuchsia, thank you for the "Are you winning, son?" reference. I appreciate that. That's rich. I don't know if my dad got it, but I did, and I liked it.
Select music.
Shot, look my hands jumping, look my heart's bumping, throw my head back, come on now.
All right. Remember when I was saying that there are good covers and there are okay covers and there are bad covers? This sounds like it's going to be one of the bad ones.
Second stage. Let's step.
Oh! Oh, that
You ready?
I don't know what that sounds like on stream, but in the room, that vocal is bad. It's grating.
I still remember when you used to be 9 years old.
Grab my heart.
I was over you from the bottom of my soul. Now that he's old enough to know
Good, good.
you
Keep
wanna
on
leave
going.
me. You wanna love me so.
Hasta
Whoa.
la orsa.
Wow. All right, that was interesting. I definitely got like off on
couldn't
that
make it.
pattern, but that was way fewer misses to a fail than I would expect from a USCS mix on a licensed song. Wow. Well, that was embarrassing. I would play it again and try and pass it, but I don't want to because it sounded like trash. So that one can just move along. Maybe I failed it to put us all out of our misery. Yee.
Select music.
It like has the vocal quality of a Chipmunks tune, except not sped up. Oh, Kelly Clarkson. I can remember watching the very first season of American Idol. Back when I, watched television.
Are you ready?
Here's the thing, we started out friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend. Yeah. Since you've been gone,
Guess they couldn't license the video.
you're dedicated, you took the time.
You're doing pretty good.
Called you mine. Yeah. Since you've been gone. And all you ever hear me say is how I picture me with
Perfect.
you. That's all you
100
ever hear
combos.
me say. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on.
You're not an ordinary fella.
Thanks to you, now I get what I want. I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on.
You move smoothly.
Thanks to you, now I get. You should know that I get what I want. Since you've been
Good,
gone.
good. Keep on going.
Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone.
Hey, they actually made a real edit for that. It was okay.
Marvelous.
The life meter seems off. Glad you failed it. Yeah, I'm not sad about failing that one. Mercy. What's television? Television. And I'm talking like broadcast television or cable television. Television. That thing that comes up. I was going to say on your TV, but, I realize a lot of people don't even have a TV anymore. They just watch shows on their, iPad or their phone even. So, like, I can't even say that. But basically, television, that thing that has 300 channels, maybe 2 of which you give a shit about for maybe 1 hour a week. And then everything is on their schedule at the worst possible time when you would rather be doing something else. So then you DVR it. What's a DVR? Let's just pretend like we know what that is. And then you have a DVR full of shows that you've never watched. The opposite of streaming is what I'm getting at. Yeah, I haven't had a cable subscription in, at least 10 years. Maybe a little longer now, I think. But yeah, I mean, I'm on Netflix and Amazon Prime and HBO Max and CBS All Access and Hulu and Disney Plus and whatever, all of that crap. So, but it's nice, you know, because it's like there's tons of content and I can just watch it when I want to watch it. I'll be like, what do I want to sit down and watch a thing. Let's scroll that one. Cool, let's go. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, American Idol was before all of that stuff. It was definitely, you know, tune into the television at whatever PM on whatever night that was. TV mini rant. Yeah. Dad, you didn't stay. My dad's probably telling me he didn't stay because he realizes the TV mini rant is basically what I always tell him whenever he tells me about whatever he's using instead of cable or whatever problem he's having with that thing. And I'm like, I don't want that. None of that. Don't want that. I would sooner grab a DVD out of a box and watch it than tune into live cable television.
Select music.
Also, I can't stand commercials. I guess I have more to rant about, but I'll finish this song so I don't have to talk over the preview.
Second stage. Are you ready? Absolutely wonderful. I will comfort you. When my tongue is tied. Perfect. That brings the great divide. Weeping like the rain, whispering your You're not an ordinary 100 combos. Smoothly when I close my eyes.
Whoops.
Fantastic.
What I was gonna say about commercials, like they make me irrationally angry. I guess because I'm so used to streaming now, where I don't ever see commercials. So I'm just used to, like, I'm going to sit down and watch this show, and it's half an hour, or it's 45 minutes, it's an hour, or it's 3 hours, whatever. I'm just going to watch it. It's not going to be interrupted unless I pause it because I have to go to the bathroom. Or get a snack, or fall asleep, or whatever, right? Like, it's on my time, including interruptions. So, but anytime I'm, like, traveling... not that that's happened, you know, in the last year, but when I go places and I stay in a hotel, you know, I just like, I guess especially when I travel on business. So when it's just like me by myself. Obviously, you know, if I'm with family or whatever, usually we're gonna go do stuff or something like that, or there's other people in the room, so I'm gonna talk to them and whatever. But if it's just me, you know, there'll be times when I'm just kind of sitting in the hotel room and nothing's really happening, so I'll turn the TV on, and it's like as soon as I do it, I'm like, ugh, like I just get mad. Because usually, like, you turn the TV on, right, and the first thing that hits you is like a commercial. Like it doesn't matter what time you tune in, it's like always gonna be a commercial. It's never like the real program. Or it is the program, but it's like, you know, part of the way in and you're not even sure what it is, and so you're like, what's going on here? I don't know. Is this a show I want to watch? Click, 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 whatever. So yeah, like I hate it. I hate it. So, yeah. By the way, what's behind the curtain? Oh, this curtain? Just, you know, the outside. It's nighttime though, so you can't really see anything. Oops. Yeah, it's just a window. There isn't actually much of a view out this window. There's a hot tub out there, and actually, since I'm in the basement, there's a deck that comes off the back of the house on the main level of the house. So looking out this window, you're actually looking underneath the deck, and then it goes about, I don't know, 12 feet past the back of the house, 12, 15 feet. Sorry, I'm not doing the metric conversion on that. Actually, I can. 3 feet is about a meter, so roughly 5 meters off the back of the house, and then it goes into like a very steep drop off into a like creek bed. But yeah, there's almost nothing to see out of this window. Like I said, there's a hot tub there, you can kind of see that, and then beyond that you would see like in the summer there's a bunch of trees back there, and so all you'll see is just like leaves. During the winter, when the trees all lose their leaves, you can see the creek bed out there, and then way in the distance past the creek bed, it kind of pumps back up, and then there's another neighborhood back there, so you can see the backs of some other houses. Yay. But yeah, this is a walkout basement. So that half of the basement is fully underground, and then this side of the basement is fully above ground, so to speak. Because if this is the main level of the house, the ground does this. It like slants down at an angle. So like at the front of the house, the basement under there is fully underground, but then as it's the ground slants down, you know, the house continues straight forward, so then the back part of the basement is above ground, or the ground goes below it basically. So yeah, the whole back wall of the basement, this wall being the back wall, is like a normal elevation. I don't know exactly what to say, but like there's a door, you can open the door and walk out onto level ground, and the windows are at a normal height, unlike on the other side of the basement where the windows are just like little window wells that are only maybe that tall, and the only reason there's a window there at all is because there's a hole dug in the ground to let a little bit of light in through those small windows. So, you feel like YouTube has more commercials now than ever before, and it might catch up to TV levels of commercials. I don't have a good feel for that, because I actually have subscribed to YouTube Premium for years now. So I never see ads on YouTube, and it's great. It seems so dumb, but of all of the streaming subscriptions that I have, which I listed most of them, a few minutes ago, YouTube's the one that I use the most. I watch the most content on YouTube, and so having that premium subscription to kill all the ads is excellent, fantastic. A plus, my favorite subscription, or at least my most used subscription. And yeah, I know you could do ad blocker and all of that kind of junk, but my hope anyway, and I don't know, obviously I'm not monetized because I don't have enough subscribers, and I play too much copyrighted material anyway, so I probably would get axed even if I did have enough subscribers. But my hope is that by paying my YouTube premium subscription, me watching other creators' content, that they'll still get paid, even though I'm not watching the attached ads to them. At least that's how it's supposed to work. Whether it actually works that way or not, I don't know. I hope so, though, because especially now that I've been doing this myself for about a year now, making content it's work. It's hard, and I'm not even taking it that seriously. But I put a lot of hours into getting things set up before these streams, and sometimes it shows and everything runs really smoothly and looks great. Sometimes it's a disaster, like the stream 2 nights ago, and everything falls apart and looks stupid and sounds terrible. But I tried. So I appreciate the amount of work that goes into this kind of thing, and absolutely people should get paid for that. So I want to make sure that happens. Actually, again, since I've been on YouTube Premium for so long, do they run ads on live streams? Do they break away during these? I didn't think they did, but maybe I'm wrong. So did I ever suffer a blackout mid-playing? I don't think so. I can't remember ever losing power while playing. Normally, the power's pretty reliable around here, so the only times it really goes out is if there's a big storm or something like that. And usually if there's a big storm, I know it. The news has been telling me, hey, there's a big storm coming in, and then obviously you can just look out the window and be like, hey, there's a big storm coming in. And usually during those times I will decline to play for safety more than anything, to not damage equipment, because I don't want it to get zapped by a surge or something like that if lightning should strike or something like that. But I think the only thing I can think of where maybe a game it wouldn't have been a blackout, but where I was in the middle of playing and the game just crapped out, shut off. Obviously you've seen this on stream. Sometimes the game will crash, and that's always exciting. But the only time I can think of where it would just be the machine lost power early on down here in the basement. So when I bought this house, the basement was completely unfinished, and there were, I think, 4 power outlets around the basement and 4 light bulbs for lighting. That's it. So it was very dark down here, and there wasn't a lot of power to go around, because it was like I said, I think there were 4 power outlets on one 15 amp breaker. So not many outlets and not a whole lot of power to boot. So in the very early days when it was just DDR, it didn't matter. But then as I started adding additional machines, power started to become an issue, and it would be like, you'd turn 2 or 3 machines on and they'd be fine, but then if something else came on in the basement, like a refrigerator or something like that, then it would trip the breaker and everything would just shut off. So we didn't lose power like to the whole house, but we would lose power to the circuit running the games, and they would just shut off. But I'm pretty sure that happened, like I said, early on, so 15 plus years ago, probably more like 15 years ago. 15 plus years ago, it was just DDR, because I only had DDR for like the first 2 years, and then started adding games after that. But so those times it was power issues, I guess. But then I added a bunch more circuits and a bunch more outlets, and I think I forget, there's I think 4 circuits down here now. So there's that original 15 amp circuit, and then I think 3 additional 20 amp circuits that I put in, and several outlets on each of those, so I could move machines off onto different circuits and kind of spread the load out. And now, as you have seen from that video that gets mentioned a lot, the quick tour of the basement, all of the games can be on and it's fine, no problems. So do I ever suffer? Oh, were you asking a blackout like on the stream? You were talking about power. Man, I'm answering the completely wrong question. The answer to that question is one time I actually did. If you go back to, I think it was the New Year's stream, when I was streaming Technica, I played the Kara song Step, and YouTube actually did like black out the stream like live while I was playing, and I think the reason was, from what I can tell, is that there was a copyright claim on the video, like the music video of that song. So something must have detected that video was showing, and it just nuked the stream for, I think, 5 minutes or something like that. It had never happened to me before, so when it happened, I was like, what's going on? And like the chat was like, hey, the video's gone, and I'm like, oh crap, and I'm like chatting and being like, sorry, and I ended up just like stopping the stream, I think, during that time. But when I went to play it back, I actually got like a notice that it was like it had killed it for the video content. So I was like, oh well, that's interesting. But and yeah, I'm aware Twitch does will like mute songs, I think, right? Even during live streams. I know they definitely do during the VODs. Oh, DDR freak. Yeah, I think I have a couple of I think I wrote a couple of articles for DDR Freak back in the day. So I think they're still up there. But yeah, way back then, I was one of very few people that had a machine privately. Now it's kind of, I don't want to say common, but it's certainly not uncommon for people to have them. But back then, not very many people did. So when people wanted a picture of some part or some piece or some setup, if I could provide that, I was happy to, because I had the access to be able to take such a picture. All right, let's get back to playing some songs, because I think we're almost to the end of this, aren't we? We're in the essence.
Select music.
for the.
Final stage.
Final stage.
Are you ready? You grab my heart.
You know I'm feeling when I'm out on the floor. The rhythm starts to take a hold. It goes right through my
You're doing
body,
100 combos.
I think my mind's gonna overload. So turn up the music. You gotta turn up the music, music. Yeah. Feel that sound.
Absolutely wonderful.
Feel that sound. Feel that sound. Feel that sound. It gets time.
Perfect.
Feel that sound.
You're not an ordinary fella.
Yay, a lazy cut. Take it out. Song's over. Bye.
Your steps are amazing.
Okay, so I'm really. Well, I'm gonna stop that, and I'm gonna make a comment after the next. Well, I guess
Select
I'm
music.
gonna fail this, and then I'll make a comment.
Extra stage. Let's step. Are you ready? I'll be waiting for you to
Now
try
what I
again.
really want to see is somebody play in reverse on that. So like do the hand
You
walk.
couldn't
thing
make it.
and Be able to look at the screen, upside down, so that it looks normal. That's not going to be me. I can't even do a handstand. Never mind walk. Never mind play DDR on my hands. So yeah, not going to happen. But anyway, so I'm a little bit confused. I'm used to like CS timing being much easier. CS timing and CS grading being much easier than arcade timing and grading, and that seems to be playing out for the most part because I've gotten extra stage several times tonight, which is not a thing that normally happens to me. I'm not generally that accurate, mostly because I don't care. For any of you that have been watching me for very long, you should know that like I'm playing to pass and have a good time. Like score doesn't really matter that much to me. Every once in a while I'll play for score, like for if the mood strikes me, but most of the time I just don't care. So the fact that I've gotten a bunch of double A's and qualified for extra stage several times tonight tells me, yes, the grading must be easier than what I'm used to. But on the other hand, I've noticed, including the song that I failed, that like the number of steps that, like the amount of bar that I lose by missing steps seems harsher than I'm used to. Yeah, I don't know if that's unique to SuperNOVA, or if I'm doing worse than I think I am tonight, or what's going on. But that's weird. Although it also the easier grading also kind of reminds me of pool, like the billiards, billiards pool billiards, pool balls game table balls sticks thing pool, that game. So I can remember, and I've mentioned this on stream before, I used to have a pool table, and I can remember wanting a pool table. Actually, I can remember wanting a pool table long before I even wanted, a DDR cabinet or, video games or anything like that. That's not true. I dreamed of having an arcade game, like, long ago, like when I was a kid. But I wasn't really, like, serious about it then. I didn't have any way to be serious about it then. Like, A, I didn't have the money for it, and B, I wouldn't have had a place to put it, because it would have been, at my parents' house, and they would not have made space for that. So, whatever. But once I was, an adult and on my own, had my own house and all that, like, I can remember wanting a pool table, and before DDR, and I can remember actually going. So early on, when I was playing DDR, I guess this is a dumb story. I haven't prefaced any of my stories tonight as being dumb stories. They've all been dumb, but but I will announce this one as being dumb. So, in the early days of playing DDR, like my very first experiences were at a GameWorks that was local here, and then like the second big place that we would go to play, and maybe it wasn't the second, because I think we went to Super Fun and some other places, but anyway, there was a place called Block Party that we would go and play DDR at, and Block Party was very much it was similar to like a Dave & Buster's or a GameWorks or whatever, in that it had an arcade and it had some other attractions. It actually had like a great big like jungle gym / ball pit like setup whatever thing, except for adults, so like not for kids. Kids could get in it, of course, but like adults would go, and you could go across like monkey bars and go through like gerbil tubes and jump into a giant ball pit and do all this kind of stuff, and it was fun. They had like virtual reality, they had like a motion theater, and a restaurant, and all this other stuff. This was in the like 90s and early 2000s. And they had a DDR machine, and so there was a group of us. We used to go out there on Sundays, and we'd meet and we'd play DDR, and we'd have dinner together in the restaurant and just hang out. But there was a pool table in the restaurant area of Block Party, and it was like a coin operated pool table. So you'd put your quarters in it, and it would release the balls, and you could play, and then whatever. Anyway, so I would oftentimes play that with people when we were there at Block Party, and I started to get reasonably good at pool. Like, I was okay, just from practice, right? And then I got a pool table of my own, and I quickly realized that here's where I'm making where I'm drawing the parallel. Those bar style coin operated pool tables are super easy. Like, they make them way easier. They're smaller. They're like 6 feet long instead of 8 or 9 feet. And apparently, I didn't know this at the time, but I learned later, the pockets are actually larger. And the idea is they make the game easier so that it's faster, so that you'll pay money sooner to play another game. But anyway, so I thought like, I'm okay at pool, right? And then I get my own pool table, and I am trash at it. I'm terrible at it, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I learned all that stuff. But I kind of feel the same way about CS DDR. Like, if you're used to playing CS DDR, which, what is that anymore? Like, that doesn't really exist. But you know, back in the day, if you were used to playing home versions, and then you went to the arcade, man, what a wake-up call that would be, where it's just like, I thought I was okay at this game. Nope, you're not. Oh, here I've been chit-chatting, and then there's dumb stories going on in the chat too. Can't I pick another song for extra? I can pick another song, but I probably won't do great at it anyway because like I said before, I'm really bad at reading reverse. But I can probably. Maybe I will play. If it comes up again, I'll pick something else. I'll do random or something. We'll see how it goes. Dad, I was deprived. I was not deprived. But I had everything I needed, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I may not have said that at the time, but I will say that now. As an adult, I get it. But still, like, we wouldn't have had an arcade machine in our house when I was a kid. I just don't see that. I don't see that as a thing that would have happened. Can't wait till DDR unicycle. Yikers, that sounds maybe on basic. I do still have an Atari 2600, and it still sort of works. I was gonna I was actually going to I had an idea a while ago, because like I forget, the 20th anniversary or the 30th anniversary or the 35th or whatever, some significant anniversary. Do you like that, significant? Of E.T. the Extraterrestrial game for the Atari 2600 was recently, like in the last few years, and which, for those of you who don't follow that kind of stuff, is widely regarded as like the worst video game ever. It probably isn't the worst video game ever. It is terrible, but and there's a whole there's a whole story and multiple documentaries about that if you're curious at all about that game. But yeah, I was going to try and play that live on stream. This was a few years ago, so it would have actually been like one of my very first streams ever, because as it was, I didn't end up streaming until, last year for the most part. But anyway, that's another one where like I never played it. I think a friend of mine had the game when I was a kid, and so I played it at his house a little bit, but not very much. And then I never had that game. But years later, as an adult, somebody gave me that cartridge as a gag gift. So I do have it, and I thought, wow, it would be kind of fun to come in kind of cold. Like, I know about the game, and I know some of the lore and why it's as bad as it is, but I've never like sunk time into it myself to really experience it. And I think it would be kind of fun to do that and kind of get some genuine reactions to a bad game. But at the time, I went and hooked up my Atari, and it was still working, but the video quality was very, very bad. And I think it was caused by two things. Number one, the Atari, being a 40-year-old thing now, is designed for, CRT televisions and a certain, connection. And trying to hook it up to a modern digital television is not the easiest thing to do and doesn't look great. So there's that. But then also, I think the little video adapter that I have for it, I think was failing, and that was making it even worse. So I wasn't able to get a good enough picture out of it to even really play it, much less stream it. So I kind of gave up on that idea. And now that you mention it, maybe I should take another look. But especially now that I actually, know a little bit of something about streaming and electronics repair even. So maybe I can actually fix that. But as far as I know, it's still it does still work, and I do still have it. The Atari, I mean. But why does everything with the word balls sound like a double entendre? Balls. DDR unicycle would actually be hard if not impossible, since use your feet for both. I think you could possibly make it work on basic, as long as it didn't have any jumps. So it was only ever one arrow at a time. But man, that would take some skill, and I would be terrified, because you're kind of bouncing yourself on one wheel, and there's this drop off not very far. I feel like you would probably slip off the stage often, and it'd be scary. You would like to see an Atari stream. Find older games interesting. All right. Well, I'm glad. I definitely I love playing the rhythm games, but I don't know how many of you tuned in for Dragon Slayer and Space Ace, but yeah, I mean, I like other games too, and I would like to stream some non-rhythm games sometimes. So hopefully somebody will be interested in that. Okay, I think we only had one song left, right? And then it'll be request time, I guess? Or the stellar mode, or whatever the heck that thing was. Man, I do not like that it goes back to the beginning of the menu. Alright. Man, there are a lot of strong licenses in this game.
Stage. Are you ready?
Not necessarily new licenses, but some big ones. Alright, another video too. This isn't a CS exclusive. Oh well, that's fine. There have been a few in here that haven't been, but I don't think this appeared in any mainline Japanese arcade mix, though. Not that I know of, anyway. At the very least, it's unusual. So, we'll play it. It's fine. Okie dokie. Talking about Pac-Man, did I know Pac-Man's original name was Puck-Man? I do. But of course, that was only a problem in America. Like, in Japan, it was still Puck-Man. You've noticed that there is no double A in this game. Oh, that's too bad. That is one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite charts, actually.
Select music.
AA doubles. Is it not here? Yeah, I think you're right. Oh well. Okay. Should I finish this set out? Nah. Let's go take a look at whatever the... What is this thing called? Stellar or something or other mode? Stellar Master Mode. Balls. What is this thing about? Oh! Well, apparently I have... So it looks like some of this has been played. Like, a good amount. I don't know if it was by me, though. This might be, like, somebody else's save. Or maybe I did play it and I just forgot. That is, certainly possible. Just for the sake of completeness, let's look at the tutorial. For documentation purposes. Hey, what's this thing?
You will use your feet in this game. This is the left panel.
Oh, thanks.
This
the left
is
panel.
the down panel. This is the up panel. And this is the right panel.
Thanks. That's
Did you get
helpful.
that?
What a way to
First,
explain it.
let's learn some basic steps. Listen to the instructions carefully. Okay, look towards your left.
Who is this announcer?
An arrow is coming up. When the arrow hits the judgment panel, step on the left panel.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, now!
I
Now
did
let's
it.
get some practice. Listen to the guide and try it out yourself. First, we'll start with the left. An arrow is coming up.
Oh wait, I gotta do it like the
When the arrow hits the
example,
judgment
right?
panel-
Stand in the middle.
Step on the left panel. 3, 2, 1, now! Now let's try up. An arrow is coming up. When the arrow hits the judgment panel, step on the up panel. 3, 2,
Do they use their left foot or right foot?
1, now!
Right foot. Okay.
Next, let's try down. An arrow is coming up. When the arrow hits the judgment panel, step on the down panel. 3, 2, 1, now!
This explanation
And
is slightly
finally,
better than like
let's try
old
the
school
right.
DDR though, because I
Now
remember
it's
it would
coming up.
show the arrow scrolling up, and
When
then
the
it would
arrow
like
hits the
stop it
adjustment
right
panel,
before it got there and be like, now
Step
hit
on
it,
the right panel.
and then it would move again. It's like
3,
that's not really a very good way to
2,
explain it.
1, now!
The countdown is okay.
Looks like you're getting the hang of it.
This works.
Now let's
I
try it
suppose.
without any guide. Step on the panel starting from the left, then up, down, and right.
What the heck are these little circles
3,
like floating around her
2,
butt?
1, now! 3, 2, 1, now!
I thought he said
3,
there wouldn't be any guide.
2, 1, now! 3, 2,
Is 3, 2, 1 go-
1,
now not a guide?
All right, that's a great start.
That's a great
Now
start.
let's practice jumps. In jumps, 2 arrows come up at the same time.
This is so exciting. I'm
Step on the panels with both feet. Listen to the instructions carefully. Look to your left and right. Arrows are coming up at the same time. When the arrows hit the judgment panel, jump and step on the left and right panels with your feet. 3,
so
2,
slow.
1, now! Did you get that?
Were you paying
Okay,
attention?
Now listen to the guide and try it out
Did
yourself.
I get that? Did it seem like I
First,
got it?
let's try left and right. Arrows are coming up at the same time. When the arrows hit the judgment panel, jump and step on the left and right panels with both feet.
Alright, if there's something more after jumps, I'm just gonna quit, because this is
3,
a
2,
little too boring.
1, now! Now let's try up and down. Arrows are coming up at the same time. When the arrows hit the judgment panel, jump and step on the up and down panels with both feet. 3,
Maybe I won't even look.
2,
1.
1, now!
Did I get it?
Good! Looks like you're getting the hang of it. Step on the panel starting with left and right, followed by up and down.
Alright, that's enough. I can't.
3, 2, 1,
Can't.
now! 3, 2, 1, now!
Oh, it's just gonna. Can I not leave?
Okay, that's it for jumps. This is going to be our last practice set. Here, we will practice
I guess I
arrows
can't
for
quit.
expert players, the freeze arrow. When a freeze arrow comes up, keep your feet on the panel. Listen to the instructions carefully. Look to your left. A long freeze arrow is coming up.
A long
When the
arrow
tip
has
of the
joined
arrow
in.
hits the judgment panel, continue to step on the panel. 3, 2, 1, now! And continue to step. Keep your feet on the panel. Okay, you can let go now.
Can I?
Are you ready to practice?
I'm noticing the dancer
Follow the
is wearing
instructions and
heels.
try it out yourself. Let's start with the left. A long freeze arrow is coming up. When the tip of the arrow hits
Please
the
be
judgment
over.
panel, continue to step on the panel. 3, 2,
I regret everything.
1, now! And continue to step. Keep your feet on the panel. Okay, you can let go now.
Do I have
Now
to?
let's try
What
the
if I
right.
didn't?
A long freeze arrow is coming up. When the tip of the arrow hits the judgment panel,
It amuses
continue
me
to
that
step
if
on
this
the
was
panel.
Pump It Up, I could just stand here, and it would be fine.
3,
But since it's
2,
DDR, I guess I have to actually attack
1,
this arrow.
now! And continue to step. Keep your feet on the panel. Okay, you can let go now.
Can we be done, please?
Now let's try it without any guide. When the freeze arrow comes
You're
up,
killing me.
start with your left
What if I
first,
did this?
followed by your right.
Thank goodness. No! No! Do not. Select. Thank you. Okay. So I assume this is just like all the other ones, right? Where it just throws a bunch of things for you to do. Complete 2 songs. Complete 2 songs with a C or better. Score 7.5 million points in 5 songs. Pix is excited. Oh, I guess that character's name is Pix. How would I know that? I wouldn't. I didn't. So apparently I did these. Alright, let's take a look at the one that I haven't finished, apparently. Is it actually hard? Or did I just stop? Complete 8 songs. Complete 3 songs with an A or better. With a final score that ends in 70. Turn on speed times 5. Nice, alright. So where does this start?
Select music.
Oh, so I have to know. So complete 3 songs with an A or better. I guess we'll go for that. And the 8 songs, and maybe I'll accidentally get a score ending in 70. I missed the talk about Have I ever had pizza before? Sure. I probably have. Okay.
Select music.
So there were some requests. People asked me for something. I don't know if what we got asked for is actually in here. I'm gonna guess not. 'Cause there doesn't seem to be all that much in here. I'm going to play this to remind me that I'm not playing DDR.
Good. Keep on going.
Learn how to survive. 'Cause you never know when it's your turn to take a dive. So you go through each day with your eyes in the back of your head. You never know if you'll be alive or be dead.
Okay.
That is why always have it. You got your midnight special. Never leave, and without it, always got it with a midnight special. In the dark, on the street, never know who you're gonna meet. No problem, you got a midnight special.
Grab my heart. Absolutely wonderful.
So did I have to pick one of those goals?
Marvelous.
Or am I just working toward it? Hopefully I'm just working toward it. Yeah, you said the BGAs look flashy and colorful. I'm not even registering them. Trial is in progress. Okay, cool. Okay, great. Great. Wonderful. So it looks like I just stopped.
Select music.
Not that I couldn't do it. Just stopped to try,
That is
apparently.
why always have it.
What did I say about playing Gitadora? Let's just keep playing Gitadora songs. unless somebody throws one out at me. If you throw out a request, I'll play it. But otherwise, I'm just gonna play whatever. Well, there's some weird patterns in that. Some weird rhythms in that, anyway.
Marvelous. Select music.
After enough missions complete, I can go to the shutdown. PS2 part of the planet. Well, hopefully, we'll at least see that one time before the end of this stream. We're getting close to the 3-hour mark, so I'm probably gonna. I'll probably go over. I'll probably go over 3 hours a little bit, but probably just enough to maybe get through this planet, just to see it, because I don't remember what it does.
Are you ready?
I'm glad this game is still fun.
Your steps are amazing.
Play Rainbow, Rainbow, please. Did you pick that because I did? Or it was just a funny coincidence? Yeah, it was a coincidence. I did not see that ahead of time. Hey, I did a thing. You can now challenge the EX Showdown. But hey, let me play 5 more songs so I can at least clear that play 8 songs thing. There was one that wanted speed mods too, right? Like times 5? What's something super slow? Can I... I guess that's not how you do options. I guess I had to do it start. I'm smart. I would cancel this, but I'm not sure if that would cancel me out of the track. I mean, of like 8 songs, I mean. Well, that was rather challenging on 1X. Yeah, I would have skipped it, but I wasn't sure if that would have reset this this counter for the 8 songs or not, so I didn't.
Select music.
Oh, I have to pick options. Oh, interesting. Okay. Now I know. Man, there is not much in here, is there? I guess it's each planet only has its a subset of the total songs, maybe? Shrug, I don't IDK. Doesn't reset it? Oh, well. Oh, well. Also, you can't add stuff, or else it won't count for the 8 songs. So you can fail. We had a speed dancer. Whew. You said the newest DDR you've played, Fuchsia, is DDR Hottest Party 2. Is that the newest CS that you've played? Or the newest DDR at all? Because I think the newest CS I've played actually is Hottest Party 1, which I played on stream. But, oh, I'm sorry, I guess I need 3 more songs. 3 more songs now.
Select music.
Wait. I feel like he just needs to be here, right? For this?
Are you ready?
Oh, it's not even that background. I should have known better.
grab my heart. Marvelous.
You heard the Xbox Series is a pretty good song list. Yeah, Xbox or 360 or both. I would love to play some of those. I would need to come up with some kind of an adapter to be able to play them in the cabinet, though. I'm sure such a thing can be done. I just don't have one on hand yet. But yeah, I would love to check those out. And Fuchsia, you haven't played arcade DDR in a long time. So are you telling me that Hottest Party 2 is the last DDR the most recent DDR you've played, period? Like you haven't played any arcade mixes more recently than that? Because that's been a while. Gosh, has that been 10 years ago already? Hottest Party 2? Getting close to it, I feel like.
Select music.
That little monkey stole my ice cream. Everybody made fun of me. That little
Alright, I just need to get 2 more songs to finish the 8, and then I will try that EX battle, whatever it is. And
sitting around watching TV, looking for something to do. When all of a sudden a commercial comes on and says, "Hey, come to the zoo." So me and my friends, we piled in the car, didn't have much gas. The thing we didn't have to go
Keep
too
on
far.
going.
Didn't have to go too far. First things first, we got some ice cream and then we headed over to
Absolutely
Tease the
wonderful.
Monkey. Stuck my tongue out and made the monkey frown, trying to be cool with my friends around. Well, I guess he had enough of me. 'Cause when I turned my head,
Okay.
he stole my ice cream. That little monkey stole my ice cream, and everybody laughed at me. That little monkey stole my ice cream. Everybody
You're not an
made fun
ordinary
of me.
fella.
That little monkey made a monkey out of me. As the day came to an end, we walked right by the
You
monkey
move
again.
smoothly.
And as he was swinging from tree to tree, I swear that monkey was laughing at me. Don't monkey with the monkey, don't monkey.
Grab my
With the
heart.
monkey, don't monkey. With the monkey, don't monkey. With the monkey, that little monkey made a monkey out of me.
Good, good.
That
Keep
little
on
monkey
going.
made a monkey out of me. Monkey with the monkey, don't monkey. With the
Absolutely
monkey, don't
wonderful.
monkey. With the monkey, that little monkey made a monkey out of me.
Excellent.
Ultra Mixer has Chocolate Philosophy. Apparently, somebody likes that song. You can only play home DDR because... Okay, I mean, that makes sense. I get it. So have you played it recently, though? Like, have you played Hottest Party in the last few years, and that just happens to be the most recent one? Or have you actually not played it since then, since it was new? Because one of those is like, cool. Like, I'm playing old DDR all the time, and it's great. And the other one of those is, wow, you haven't played a DDR in way longer than me, and I thought I hadn't played in a while. All right, one more song.
Select music.
That little monkey stole my ice cream. Everybody.
I am going to be feeling this for the next couple of days. Right.
Wow! Your steps are amazing!
A monkey stole your dad's chips? Amazing. Apparently someone, totally not you, likes chocolate philosophy. It's cool, man. I dig it. It's fine. Good stuff. You have not played any of the newer arcade releases. You've only been playing home DDR almost every day since last year. Okay. Cool. So you've played recently, you just haven't played anything new. Which is totally fine. I am, well, actually, in the last year, that is exactly the same for me. Since I've only been playing here, I've been playing stuff that's, 10, 15, even 20 years old. And I haven't played anything particularly new. I think I played...
Select music!
I think I played A20 1 year ago. In like one of the very last times I went to an arcade for COVID. But like A20 Plus wasn't even out yet, as far as I know. Okay, so if I back out of this, right? I'm slightly disappointed I didn't just get a score that ends in 70 by accident. But, okay, so I've gone through most of those, and it looks like I can do Showdown. Oh, so there's Showdown, EX Showdown, and Diamond EX Showdown. I see, so the Diamond EX Showdown is not available. I guess I would have to complete the other two goals to do that, I assume. Well, let's see what this EX Showdown is. Clear 4 out of 5 drills. Alright. I hope they don't mean drills like... because I hate those. Oh. I see. It's telling me that I did it? It's not a challenge? What is this? I'm confused. Oh, it's gonna make me play this song again. Fine. Fine. What mod is this? It's like hidden and sudden.
You're not an ordinary fella!
To travel with me.
Okay, so is the second song gonna be same mods or different? Hit me! Oh wait, that's Pump It Up. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
This is weird.
You're doing pretty good.
It's like sudden, but not on all the notes.
Okay. Combos. Perfect. You've grabbed my heart.
So bizarre. So weird. What's this one gonna do? Is this nothing? It's a break song.
Good. Keep on going. Absolutely wonderful. Perfect. 100 combos. You're not an ordinary fella. You grab my heart.
Could you imagine if it used the iToy to make sure that you did spins? What would that be like? So I don't know what was special about that last song. Was that a different chart than normal? Oh.
Good. Keep on going. You're not an ordinary fella.
So this is like partial boost.
You grab my heart. You're doing pretty good.
So some of that was the machine dropping freezes, and a lot of that was me screwing it up. Alright, so this should be the last one, right? And I passed 4, so I guess I cleared this.
Are you ready?
What is it going to throw at me now?
Stand, if you will, right next to me, wrapped around in the wind of eternity. See for yourself the history, nature's players boasting victory. Grab the fruit of tomorrow from which the energy of life we borrow. Taste the weight of time, the only witness of glory and crime. Notice how weak and petty we are, and the grand picture we're modified.
Good.
We can
Keep
help
on
it,
going.
that we are great for this. But love, your very existence, you're the source of nice existence. Slow down, take your time, and feel the flow.
So, hidden
Absolutely wonderful.
only on left arrow.
Perfect. Brother, perfect.
Notice how weak and petty we are, and the grand picture we're quantified. Hey, we can help it, we die only are great with it. But love, your very existence, you're the source
You're
of
not
my
an ordinary
existence. Slow
fella.
down, take your time, and feel the flow.
Grab my heart. You're doing pretty good. Absolutely wonderful.
Very interesting. I got a card. What did you learn? What did I learn? I learned nothing. Oops, I didn't. Oh, I guess it's showing me the records. Okay, interesting. Ooh. Congratulations! What a weird planet. How does that thing even stay together? I assume I have to push a button. You can now go to the new stellar joint. I love, there's a charisma rating, 75%. So that means hello? Why can't I go through anything? So it unlocks more, I assume. How many of these are there? Oh, I see there's like some more up here. Okay. Neato. Look at that, total playtime, 3 hours, 51 minutes. So I guess I sunk some time into this back in the day. Or somebody did. Alright. Well. Nifty. Okay, we are past the 3 hour mark, so I am going to quit for tonight, but this has been super fun, super interesting. Got to play some unique licenses and look at Stellar Master Mode and, you know, put a ring around a planet. I liked it, so I put a ring around it. Let's see. Let me kind of catch up on the chat real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, it was hitting and sun at the same time.
Okay.
And yes, I was aware that Robo Girl was Robo Slut. But, you know, can't have that and give it to little kids.
Okay.
At least not in America. Love the hippie. Pump it up. I'm glad you caught that. Did I ever end up facing backwards mid-song in DDR? I mean, sometimes.
Here's the
Dance, revolution.
You just be quiet for a little bit, okay? I'm gonna end my stream. I don't want to talk about you. Or I don't want to talk over you right now. You doubt the iToy had advanced enough technology to detect that? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it would have to go on visually, since it doesn't have any like depth sensors or anything. It's literally just a camera to detect spins. But I suppose I think if I go to records, will it shut up? Yeah, nice. Okay. You think it would have had enough? You think it would have been smart enough to be able to do like not so much like facial recognition, but facial detection? So like it's when you're facing forward, it's like, oh, I can see a face. But then when you turn around, it would be like, oh, I can't see your face anymore. You must have done a spin. A. I feel like that would be doable-ish. All these different gimmicks giving you Mawaru vibes. I don't know what that is. It was interesting though. Wow, this looks like drunk DDR. Like this is how you would see DDR if you were intoxicated. I should do a drunk revolution stream sometime. Just to see. See how well I do. I had a beer on stream once, one night, but I mean it was like a light beer and I just had one, so it didn't do anything. But it might be interesting to see how well I do if I'm actually like for real drunk. All right. Oh, thanks, Polar. You got my single ladies reference. What does the iToy in SuperNOVA even do? As far as I know, it just does the hands and feet mode, like it's done on the past few, where there's targets that you have to like throw your hands up at, and then it also has a mode where it replaces the background animation with the live video, so you could see your face on screen. Or I used to point it at the stage, so you'd have a stage cam. I don't know what Mawaru is. It's like In the Groove, but with WarioWare minigames. Interesting. So yeah, Polar, you said 5 songs are locked behind online. Apparently they show up in SuperNOVA 2, and you can play them. So I guess we'll see them next time. Or we can. It's not a good idea. I might get hurt. And piss all over the dance floor. Yeah, that does sound terrible. But... Alright. Anyway. Okay, I think I've caught up with the chat. It didn't get away from me like it has been for the last several streams. I think I actually pretty much stayed up with it. So, anyway, thanks again, everyone, for showing up and watching me play through some old-ass DDR and getting to see some weird-ass mods. And, yeah. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time. I will be back sometime in the near future. We'll play some SuperNOVA 2 next. And I think I'm just going to finish out this series while I'm here. So we'll do SuperNOVA 2, and then X, and then X2. And that is basically the end of PlayStation 2 DDR, at least in the US. So hopefully I will figure out Gitadora in the meantime, and can move on to that after the next 3 games. If not, I'll come up with something else to do. But that's my plan moving forward for now. So I will try and schedule again as soon as I know what I'm doing. I know I'm terrible about it, and I usually only give you all like 2 or 3 hours notice, but I'm sorry. Y'all seem to roll with the punches anyway, so if I actually know what I'm doing further in advance, I will schedule it. But otherwise, thanks for dealing with my short notice. So, all right. Oh, SuperNOVA 2 kind of sucks. Well, we'll see. It has a rare chart for Outer Limits. Remind me. If you're here, remind me and I'll play it. Xbox had different charts compared to USCSC. Okay. Fuchsia, you say I'm getting good? Oh, I appreciate that. I don't feel like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I've gotten better over time, but I feel like I kind of plateaued. And actually, these last couple of streams have felt like a slight step back. So I'm gonna try and regroup and get my shit together. But I'm glad if you think it's been good. So anyway, thanks again, everyone. I will see you next time. Have a great night, and I will see you later. Bye bye.